Have you ever stopped to truly look at the spare change jingling in your pocket? Most of us don't. We just toss those coins onto a counter or drop them into a jar without a second thought. But what if I told you that one of those humble pieces of metal, a simple 25-cent quarter, could actually be worth enough to make you a millionaire? Tonight, we are pulling back the curtain on the secret life of everyday money. Get ready to have your mind blown, because a coin that's no bigger than your thumbnail, a coin that might be hiding in your home right now, has a backstory and a jaw-dropping value that few people know. Our suspenseful tale begins in a pivotal year for coin enthusiasts, 1999. This was the moment the United States Mint launched its ambitious and unforgettable 50 state quarters program. It was a national sensation. Millions upon millions of these new coins flooded the market. People everywhere were collecting them, trading them, or carefully stashing them away. But tucked inside that very first wave of releases was a coin that would quietly become one of the biggest, most valuable mistakes in modern numismatic history, the 1999 Connecticut State Quarter. When you first see it, it seems like nothing special, just another state's turn in the spotlight. But I want you to lean in and inspect the reverse design. Look at the breathtaking artistry. You're seeing the majestic charter oak, a deeply detailed, ancient tree with sprawling, dramatic branches. This design quickly became one of the most beloved and admired engravings out of all 50 states. But here is where a plain 25-cent coin transforms into a potentially life-altering treasure. While hundreds of millions were initially struck, the true, unbelievable value lies in certain rare variations and mind-bending minting errors. If you found one of these coins in heavily used, fine condition like the one we're looking at now, it might only fetch you a small sum, just a few dollars. However, locate that exact same coin, preserved in flawless, untouched, uncirculated condition, and dedicated collectors will happily pay hundreds of dollars for it. And believe it or not, that's still not the part that will make your jaw drop. The real excitement, the genuine mystery, is wrapped up in the shocking mistakes that somehow managed to slip past the vigilant eyes of the mint's inspectors. Some Connecticut quarters exhibit clear doubling on the tree's branches. Others were struck slightly off-center, resulting in a lopsided, distorted, or uneven rim. When these types of confirmed errors are verified by the top-tier grading services, their price tags don't just increase, they absolutely explode. Imagine this astounding figure, a single, spectacular example of a Connecticut quarter that was struck a remarkable 15% off-center yet still clearly showed the full 1999 date, was officially valued at over $75,000. That's right, $75,000. All for a single, small quarter. But hold on to your hats, because the ultimate, biggest shocker is yet to come. A minuscule number of these 1999 Connecticut quarters were accidentally struck on experimental plankets. This was the specific metal material that was briefly being tested for the then upcoming Sacagawea dollar coin. These incredible wrong planchet coins are so incredibly rare that only a literal handful have ever been officially verified and documented. One of these transitional error coins was once sold privately for an astonishing $350,000. Think about that. A coin valued at just 25 cents ended up being worth nearly $500,000. Numismatic experts later confirmed the rumors collectors had whispered for years. A very small group of those experimental coins escaped into the hands of the public before the mint settled on the final materials for the full state quarters run. These transitional errors are truly the legends of the collecting hobby. And the most electrifying fact of all, some of them may still be out there. So, the next time you encounter a 1999 Connecticut quarter, you must inspect it very closely. Does the color look just a little off? Does it feel oddly heavy? Does the metal tone seem wrong for a regular quarter? Do not spend it. Don't even toss it back into the jar. That tiny piece of metal could be your once-in-a-lifetime discovery, the numismatic lottery ticket that collectors only dream about finding. Isn't it incredible that a coin created to honor one of America's oldest, most enduring symbols of independence, the Charter Oak, could itself become one of the most amazing stories of luck, rarity, and unbelievable fortune in the entire world of modern collecting? Prepare yourself for a story about an error so shocking, so unbelievable, that it sounds like something straight out of a Hollywood script. We are looking at a coin that appears completely typical, utterly ordinary at first glance, yet it hides one of the most astonishing, embarrassing, and valuable mistakes in the entire history of modern U.S. minting. The star of this episode is the 2005 Kansas State Quarter. Most people would see the proud, sturdy American buffalo standing there on the sweeping Great Plains, beautifully rendered to honor the Sunflower State. Above the powerful animal, you can clearly read the familiar national motto, "In God We Trust." But what if I asked you to look again? Not just a quick glance, but a deep, focused inspection. Because hiding among the millions of quarters struck that year is a handful of coins that have collectors in a frenzy. The moment they were discovered, they sent a seismic shock wave through the numismatic world that is still felt almost 2 decades later. The Kansas Quarter was meant to showcase the state's iconic buffalo and native wildflowers. Millions upon millions rolled off the massive mint presses, perfect and flawless. However, a tiny, almost microscopic percentage came out, tragically flawed. On these incredibly rare coins, one single, critical letter vanished. I'm talking about the letter T in the word trust. And instead of the powerful national motto, the coin shockingly appears to read, "In God We Rust." Can you imagine the confusion, followed by the sheer adrenaline rush of being the first person to spot that in your pocket change? It seems like an impossible joke, a prank someone pulled, yet it is 100% genuine. The simple, humble culprit, a routine but catastrophic buildup of ordinary grease inside the minting die. This grease accumulation was thick enough to completely block the striking force from forming the letter, creating one of the most dramatic, jaw-dropping phrases ever stamped onto American currency. A regular 2005 Kansas quarter you pull from circulation is not worth much. It's just 25 cents, or perhaps $1 or $2 if it's pristine. But the "In God We Rust" error, that flips the script entirely. Even circulated, well-used examples of this error have been known to fetch between $100 and $500. Find a crisp, untouched, uncirculated version, and the value can soar straight into the thousands. The absolute rarest, cleanest examples, those with a perfectly absentee and brilliant, original luster, have commanded staggering auction prices as high as $55,000. Yes, $55,000 for a quarter. And astonishingly, the missing T is only the beginning of the story. Other 2005 Kansas quarters carry equally exciting flaws. Keep an eye out for telltale die cracks, unusual cuts, metal lumps caused by a broken die edge, and critical double die obverse errors. Some display strange, extra marks or lettering. Others exhibit eerie doubling, especially noticeable around the buffalo's head. One particularly dramatic double die on the word Liberty created such a stir that it sold privately for an unbelievable price, exceeding $130,000. So, how do you find this hidden treasure? Start simple. Grab a magnifying glass and brilliant light and zero in on that motto, tilt the coin. If the T in trust is broken, weak, or completely gone, set that coin aside immediately. Next, move to the buffalo. Check for ghosting or doubling around the head, or the words "e pluribus unum." Finally, look for raised lines or sharp marks that simply shouldn't be there. These are classic, valuable clues that a die clash has occurred, even on a coin you might call fine condition. A genuine Kansas mint error can absolutely bring you serious money. The "In God We Rust" quarter has cemented its place as a modern collecting legend. It's a fantastic reminder that sometimes it's the accidents, the tiny, imperfect flaws caused by something as simple as a patch of grease that become the most unforgettable and most valuable treasures of all. There's a powerful reason why the next coin on our list managed to fool collectors for so long, seeming completely normal year after year. That is, until one extraordinary version surfaced and completely changed the rules of the game. Before we reveal the stunning secret that makes it so valuable, remember this: your next multi-$1,000 discovery could already be hiding in your pocket change. Next on our journey, we head deep into the American West, home to towering mountains, endless forests, and one of the most powerful symbols of freedom ever placed on a U.S. coin, the 2007 Idaho State Quarter. At first glance, this design is stunning. A fierce peregrine falcon stretches its wings wide across the coin, hovering over the state outline with absolute confidence. Beside it, the words "Esto Perpetua" appear, Latin for "May it be perpetual." It's more than a motto, it's Idaho's spirit etched in metal. But behind this beautiful design lies a mystery that left collectors both amazed and puzzled. Although millions of Idaho quarters rolled out of the mint, a very small number contained rare die errors so dramatic that they transformed an everyday quarter into a coin worth thousands, and sometimes even hundreds of thousands. Collectors eventually started noticing something unusual. On certain Idaho quarters, the falcon's wings showed an odd doubled appearance. On others, the word liberty or even the tiny edge lettering carried a faint, ghost-like duplication. These double die errors are incredibly subtle, but once you see them under magnification, they jump out like lightning. Even a circulated Idaho quarter with a clear double die can sell for $500 to $2,000, and that includes coins in fine condition just like the one we're examining today. But when these same doubling errors appear on a coin in near-perfect mint state, the price climbs unbelievably high. One remarkable MS68 double-die Idaho quarter stunned the collecting world when it sold for $95,000, a number that even experienced numismatists struggled to believe. And then we arrive at the true treasure the Idaho wrong planchette strikes. These are the rare coins accidentally struck on nickel or Sacagawea dollar plankets during testing. They often appear with a lighter golden tone or an unusual texture. Only a few are known, and one authenticated example sold for over $410,000. Hard to imagine, but a 25-cent piece became worth nearly $500,000. Even a fine-condition Idaho quarter with light wear and a natural patina could be hiding something extraordinary. Doubling around the falcon's eye, along the feathers, or near the talons can be your first clue. Or maybe the coin shows unusual luster, unexpected color shifts, or a texture that just feels off. Those tiny details are exactly what turn a normal state quarter into a once-in-a-generation discovery. There's something almost poetic about it. The peregrine falcon, one of the fastest animals on Earth, represents precision, speed, and freedom. And yet, a single moment of imperfection at the U.S. Mint transformed this elegant design into one of the most valuable modern coin errors ever found. So before you toss that 2007 Idaho quarter back into your loose change, pause for a second. Because one of the rarest quarter mistakes in recent history might be sitting right in the palm of your hand. And mysteries like these are exactly what keep collectors searching day after day. The Wyoming quarter marks the state's entrance into the Union in 1890. The reverse side features a powerful depiction of a bucking horse and rider, capturing Wyoming's rich cowboy and ranching heritage. The words "the equality state" highlight Wyoming's historic achievement of becoming the first state to grant women the right to vote. Produced at the Philadelphia Mint, this coin quickly became a collector's favorite due to its bold yet simple design. But here's where things get interesting. Certain versions of the coin feature a scratching error that makes them stand out. This flaw happens when a coin is scratched by an object during or after the minting process, making it a rare variation that collectors covet. Coin errors like this one can significantly increase a coin's value. The scratching mark adds a distinctive touch to the coin, turning it from an ordinary piece of currency into a highly collectible item. These errors are particularly sought after because they are deviations from the standard minting process, making them unique and highly prized. The 2007 Wyoming quarter with the P Mint mark and a scratching error has become one of the most highly desired coins in circulation today. The demand for error coins has surged in recent years, with collectors paying premium prices for specimens in excellent condition, especially those with noticeable flaws. Depending on the severity of the error, these coins can fetch anywhere from hundreds to several $1,000s in the right market. Why is this coin so valuable? The combination of its rare error and pristine design makes it a standout in the world of numismatics. Some of these coins have even sold for as much as $35,000, depending on condition and error characteristics. With the increasing interest in error coins, it's likely that their value will continue to climb. If you come across a 2007 Wyoming quarter with a scratching error, or any rare coin error for that matter, here are some tips to help you maximize its value. First, handle it carefully. Avoid cleaning the coin, as cleaning can reduce its value. In fact, many collectors prefer coins with natural wear and patina, which add to their authenticity and appeal. For those thinking about selling or showcasing an error coin, high-end numismatic auctions and online marketplaces are great places to consider. These venues attract serious collectors who are actively seeking rare and error-prone coins, and you might even spark a bidding war for a particularly coveted piece. Next up, we are talking about a 2000 Massachusetts 1788 commemorative quarter with a D mint mark in extra fine condition. A coin that has been making waves in the numismatic market due to its rarity, demand, and increasing value. If you have one of these in your collection, you might be holding on to a hidden treasure worth far more than its face value. Stay tuned as we explore the history, unique features, and current market value of this exceptional coin. The 2000 Massachusetts State Quarter is a part of the iconic 50 State Quarters program, which was launched by the U.S. Mint to honor all 50 states in the order they joined the Union. Massachusetts, the sixth state to ratify the U.S. Constitution in 1788, was commemorated in the year 2000 with this stunning design. These quarters were produced at different mint locations, including Denver, which is where the highly sought-after D mint mark variety originates. This series revolutionized modern coin collecting, capturing the interest of both seasoned collectors and newcomers alike, making every quarter a potential gem in the numismatic world. One of the key aspects that makes this quarter stand out is its intricate design and historical significance. The coin proudly features an image of a Minuteman, a symbol of Massachusetts' role in the American Revolutionary War. Surrounding the Minuteman is the outline of the state itself, emphasizing its geographic identity. The inscriptions include Massachusetts 1788, representing the year of statehood, and the Bay State, its well-known nickname. The Denver Mint's D mint mark is prominently stamped, confirming its place of origin and adding to its uniqueness. Collectors are particularly drawn to quarters with strong strikes, original luster, and sharp details, attributes that make an extra fine condition example even more desirable. When it comes to coin collecting, rarity and condition play a crucial role in determining a coin's desirability and value. The 2000 Massachusetts quarter with the D mint mark is considered a rare find, especially in extra fine condition. Many of these coins were released into circulation and have suffered wear and tear over the years, making well-preserved examples increasingly scarce. Coins in extra fine condition maintain much of their original detail, showing only minor signs of wear, and are highly sought after by collectors who prefer coins with strong visual appeal. The demand for this coin is rising due to the growing appreciation for the State Quarter series and its historical significance. The value of the 2000 Massachusetts quarter with a D mint mark in extra fine condition is experiencing significant appreciation. While standard circulated examples may only be worth their face value, extra fine and high-grade specimens command a premium in today's market. Depending on the coin's condition, collector interest, and demand, these quarters can fetch anywhere from several dollars to over $45,000 or more. If you are fortunate enough to own one of these 2000 Massachusetts quarters with a D mint mark, proper care and handling are essential to maintaining its value. Always store your coins in a protective case or coin album to prevent scratches and discoloration. When purchasing, make sure to verify authenticity by checking the mint mark, design details, and overall condition. Investing in a graded version from a reputable grading service can also significantly enhance its value. As demand for rare quarters continues to grow, keeping an eye on market trends and auction results can help you make the most of your investment. This is truly a coin that every serious collector should aim to add to their collection. The 2000 Massachusetts 1788 commemorative quarter with a D mint mark in extra fine condition is a true gem in the world of numismatics. With its historical significance, striking design, and increasing rarity, it is no surprise that this coin is gaining momentum in today's market. If you have one in your possession, you could be holding on to a valuable asset with tremendous potential. Stay tuned for more exciting coin discoveries, and be sure to check your pocket change. You never know when you might come across a hidden treasure. If you've stayed with us this far, get ready because the final coin in this journey isn't just any old piece of pocket change. It's the one that marked America's 200th birthday. The legendary 1776 to 1976 Bicentennial quarter. Few coins in U.S. history are as cherished, recognized, or emotionally powerful as this one. But here's something most people never expect. That old, scratched-up Bicentennial quarter you've ignored for years may be hiding a secret that could change everything. Think about it. How many of these have passed through your hands? How many are lying in a drawer, tossed in a jar, or buried at the bottom of an old wallet? And yet, behind its worn edges and faded shine is a story almost no one is prepared for. Let's start with the design because it's unforgettable. On the back, a proud colonial drummer stands tall, his drumsticks raised as if he's calling a nation to attention. Above him, a flame of victory glows. And circling that scene are 13 stars, a powerful reminder of the original colonies that started it all. Even a heavily used bicentennial quarter carries this sense of heritage. It feels less like change and more like a small piece of American history resting in your palm. But the part people never hear about, that's where this coin becomes truly unbelievable. Most bicentennial quarters were made from ordinary copper-nickel metal, the same stuff used in regular pocket change. But a limited number were minted in 40% silver, created specially for collector sets. And here's the plot twist, some of those silver quarters didn't stay in those sets. They slipped into everyday circulation, completely by mistake. So that dull, worn, common-looking quarter you've had for decades, yes, it might actually be silver. And if it is, its value leaps from 25 cents to several $100s, even in lower grades, but we aren't done, not even close.